Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Tilly, at your service. It's now the fourth time I'm trying this, because it started raining in-game when I was trying to show you this. It's just been a day where we had a server update, everything disappearing, we had a server re-roll back thing, got all my stuff back, but not my inventory. And then Kitty Cat came in and interrupted me, and then fiance came through the door and interrupted me, and then the game actually interrupted me. Because like I can't if I film this while it's like raining in game, it looks really dark and you can't really tell colors apart. So now it's the fourth time I'm doing this. Holy smokes. Right, Desmodus. We're looking at yellows, oranges, and reds. Let's just get into it, because, like, I've redone this multiple times at this point, and I just feel silly. Um, so this is number 11, yellow. And then we have number 4, and then we have 219. 219 and 4 is pretty much identical. Also, as you can see, there's not much difference between 11, 4, and 219. So, in this case, I'd say, if you want a yellow, you know, choose to say one of them. You don't need all three. Also, there are more yellows or like that are marked as yellows, but they're definitely not yellow. They're definitely green. Like I double checked with some friends and I'm like, are my eyeballs totally fucking broken or are these actually like green to you too? And they were like, nope, they're green. And I was like, well, you're going into the pile of greens then and not into the yellows. So I don't know who chose the colors at Riot Gaming, but the color names or how they're showing up is a little bit weird. So these are all the yellows that I think are true yellows. The other ones are definitely more green than yellow. That's all we have to say. And then we have, I believe this is color number 21, which is a light orange. Um, then you have 22 next to it. Do I have to take off the saddles? I should have taken off saddles earlier. I think I left the saddle. The saddle multiple of you. How rude is that? Jesus. There we go. Anyways, this is color number 22. And then we have 44 in the corner, which I think is for being like an orangey red, I think 44 is splendid. It's probably one of the few oranges I actually save. I have like a stack of colors that I usually save, and 44 is actually one of the ones that I do save because I think that's pretty for being orangey red. Um, and then next to this, I think this is 43. Um, so yeah. Also, next to that, we then have 42, I believe, and then it's 217 and 77 in this corner. You can peep the green in the background. Um, I would say all these, all four of them that are currently in shot. I guess 77 in the corner is slightly browny, and as well as 22 over here is also deep orange to the point where it's leaning to brown. And I was debating putting it in brown or in orange, but I was like, I guess you'll go in here. Because like next to the browns, it actually looks orange. So I left it in the orange. But as you can see, I'm pretty sure that um, the one in the left corner and 217, which is the second to the last, like this one over here, which we said was 43. Yeah. And then 217. I'm pretty sure those are identical. Pretty much. More or less identical. Also, as you can see, these are so close together that, like, you could save one of them because they're not gonna look that different when they come on to the bat, you know? Like, it's very close. And then we have 208, which is more of an orangey orange, like a proper orange. I wonder. No, I actually think that's not the same. I was wondering if it's close to like the 75, which is like the one that's actually called orange, but it doesn't seem like it is. So this is 208. So that doesn't seem to have be overlapping with anything. And then we have 7. No. Okay, so that's the cantaloupe. The cantaloupe? Cantaloupe die is 222. 222. Did I say that correctly? Um, and then you have another one that's it's like an orange, a little bit brown leaning. And that's 76. So then we get into the 70 range. Um, which is quite pretty actually. Uh, as you can see, well, you can really see that the 208 is quite vivid at this point. Yeah, and then we have. I'm guessing this is 75 then. Yeah. So we have 70, 76, 75, which is also one of the few oranges that I actually save. I guess actually, if you're looking over there all the way into the corner and to the left, it does look identical, but they look very similar. So I guess you could argue you wouldn't have to save both 208 and 75 because technically 75 is slightly deeper, but look quite similar. And then we have 74, which is also a very like it's like an orange leading red. And then 73, which is one of my favorite reds. I think this is the color that's called vermilion, which is a color I tend to like in a lot of things, whether I'm doing hobby stuff and coloring or whatever I'm doing. I tend to like the color vermilion. I can't even say that apparently properly a lot of the time. Which means this would be. Oh, this is 221. Okay, so is that. Yeah, so 221 is identical pretty much to 72, which is why they're next to each other. So 221 is the brick red dye color. So like if you color your gear brick red, that's that, but on a dinosaur. Um, as you can see though, if you look at the, I guess, finger, uh, uh, they're pretty much spot on, identical. So you don't need to save both 221 brick dye and what was it? 72? You don't need to. And then we have 71, which is like a deeper version of that. Like the whole 70 range, I guess, in general. At least from 71 up to 70, 77, 76. I mean, you know, they're just a deeper version of the version before, more or less. Some of them, like this one, I guess, is a little bit more rusty, or like maybe like a more little bit more brown, maybe leaning. But it's also just darker, so it might be that the fact that it's darker that making it look kind of a little bit browny, you know. But I love that range. I love. I always keep I always keep 75 to 71. Those are colors I always keep. They're like in the Tilly good pile. Uh, but yeah. And this is color number 70, which is also a favorite of mine. This was also in the video before this with the pinks, because technically it's a pink leaning red. But to see the difference, I feel like they need to actually be put. Though you can't really see that it's very pink at this point because the sun is making his ears glow. Oh, that's creepy. Creepy angle. Um, but yeah, that's one of my favorite reds in this game of all time. That's color number 70. And then we have next to that, I believe this is 69. Yeah, 69. Which is also actually really pretty, even if it's a little bit more pink than I'd like. I also always say that because it goes really well with 70 as like a shadow color, like a deeper color. And then where I believe this is color number 1, like the neon red, and 212, yeah. These are also pretty much spot on identical. Though in this lighting, they don't maybe fully look. Well, on the feet they do. But because of the how the shades are falling, one of them is lit back, like from the back, like, and one of them is lit from the side. So they look more different than what they actually are. They are. Believe me, they're identical. You don't need to say both. You definitely don't need to say both. And then we have the lightest reds, which is, I believe, maybe 12? Yeah. And then we have 19 next to it. 19, you could argue, is almost towards the pink side. It's kind of like almost salmony. It's not really an apricot because it's not orange enough. It's kind of like a weird in the middle, in between sort of thing. But yeah, that's 19 and 12, or opposite way around, 12 and 19. And then we have the deeper, like like a, I don't know, do you call them warm reds, maybe? Or maybe actually it's a true red. So this is 17, which is also a color that I always say. And then you have 20 next to it, which is one of the deepest reds. I think maybe it is the deepest red apart from 69 over there. And that's all of them. That's all the yellows and oranges and reds that exist in this game. As I said in the video before this, I'm not gonna show when I do these like stacked colors on colors in same regions. In general, I won't be showing off the whole range because there's just some of the colors that are really not lovely to look at that I see no point in saving because they're just ugly. And I'm like, if I'm gonna spend the time it takes to mutate, breeding them back, like it takes shit tons of time. Um, I am not gonna want to make it brown. I'm not gonna want to make it poop yellow or green. You know, like you want the nice colors. So I usually don't save all of them, and the ones I usually don't save will go in the trash. I will, yeah, put them in the soul thing, and I will delete them out of existence. Um, but for the fact that this is a new animal that was added, and I just figured I'd show you the whole range really. What I figured. I figured that would be nice. So, but yeah, those are all the yellows and oranges and reds. Sorry I'm a little bit scatterbrained and a little bit all over the place today. I hope you enjoyed. Um, Do you have a favorite color that you usually use on your small like animals? Let me know down below. Comment, subscribe, like. I appreciate you watching, and I hope you have a great day wherever you are in the world. And I will talk to you later. Toodles.